Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. In this session, I want to share a very special supplication of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam that has been narrated in the books of Hadith, in particular in the Musnad of Imam Ahmad, among others. And in this blessed hadith, our Prophet ﷺ is giving us a dua, a supplication that it is that we can say. And this dua is prefaced by these blessed words of our Prophet ﷺ that indicate his concern for us. And he recognizes that believers, while they're here on this earth, will go through difficulties. They will be saddened. They will become anxious. They will have concerns. They might have even anxiety. So what is the antidote for this? Our Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Ma asaba musliman qattu hammun aw huznun faqad," that never will a believer be afflicted with overwhelming concern or sadness and then say, the following invocation and supplication. Save, and I'm going to skip now to the end and then come back to the dua. What will happen if we say this is that إِلَّا أَذْهَبَ اللَّهُ هَمَّ. Allah Ta'ala will remove their overwhelming concerns. وَأَبْدَلَ مَكَانَ حُزْنِهِ فَرَحًا, and replace his sadness with happiness. So then the companion said, "O Messenger of Allah, should we not learn these words?" And he says, "Of course, those who hear these words should certainly learn them." So what is this blessed dua of our Prophet ﷺ, and how does it relate to the Quran al-Kareem? Our Prophet said to say, if we're afflicted with sadness or grief or overwhelming concern or even anxiety, Allahumma inni abduka, O Allah, indeed that I am your servant. First of all, we recognize inna lillahi, indeed we belong to Allah. Wa inna ilayhi raji'un, indeed that we are going to return unto Him. We recognize our ubudiyah. Wabnu abdika, I am the son of your servant. Ibnu amatika, the son of your female servant. Nasiyati biyadik, my forelock is in your hand. Maldan fiya hukmuk, your judgment regarding me will take place. Adlun fiya qada'ak, and that what you've decreed is just. And then we're going to ask after saying that. And that first part is so important, those meanings that we have to learn there. Recognizing our servitude to Allah, and that everything that happens is from Allah, and all our affairs, He is in control of them, and everything that happens is just. As'aluka bi kulli ismin huwa lak. I ask you by every name you possess, sammayta bihi nafsak, that you have given yourself, oh anzaltuhu fi kitabik, oh that you have revealed in your book, oh allamtu ahadan min khalqik, oh you have taught one of your creation, oh istatharta fi fil ilm al-ghaybi indak, or that you have kept it to your knowledge, in the knowledge of the unseen, to yourself. To what? And taj'al al-Qur'ana rabi'a qalbi, is that you make the Quran the spring of my heart. Allahu Akbar. The secret then is to overcome our sadness and our overwhelming concern, or even our anxiety, our grief. All of these matters is the Quran. Because our Prophet said that he asked Allah to make the Quran the spring of my heart. And this is what we want. We want the Quran to be the spring of our heart. And Mullah Ali Qari says about this, just as during spring, it is where we see the traces of the mercy of Allah, in particular when the rain falls and everything comes back to life. Likewise, the Quran is the spring of the heart of the believer, because when you recite it, there's the traces of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy that appears in the heart. Just as outwardly, the greenery, the blossoms, everything coming back to life, the heart being brought back to life with faith, with all of these beautiful character traits that we're supposed to have, in turning back to Allah, seeking of forgiveness, trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and so forth and so on, gratitude. This comes to the heart when we recite His book with reflection. So the Prophet said, "In taj'al al-Qur'ana rabi'a qalbi," make the Quran the spring of my heart. وَنُورَ بَصَرِي, the light of my eyes, وَجَلَاءَ حُزْنِي, and the removal of my sadness, وَذَهَابَ هَمِّي, and the removal of my overwhelming concern. Let's make the Quran the spring of our hearts. And the way that we can do that is by asking Allah to do it. We can't do it in and of ourselves, but we can do it by doing our best to recite the Quran consistently, contemplating its meanings, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when we take the means, that He'll bring the effects in our hearts. Ya Arhamar Rahim, we ask that we receive a great portion of this, and may the Quran be the spring of our hearts in this blessed month, and then that fall also after the blessed month, may we continue to receive the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's book. Jazakumullah anna kulla khair. May we all do this together and work for and make this supplication for each other. So inshallah ta'ala, that we make it for ourselves, but let's also make it for each other, so we all get to experience this, inshallah. Ya Arhamar Rahim. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.